There goes the bug. Oh my god.
Smile.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Gang, 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 gang. I know it's been a while since I haven't really made a video besides like that last vlog in like a month-ish. And it's because anyways, next. Whoa. My hair looks a mess, but I like it like this. Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things you need to know before you start college. Well, it's not things that you need to know, but these are things that like I wish someone told me, basically. And since I'm no longer a freshman in college, I'm a sophomore now. But thought I would make this video to help other people in case they have stuff that they wish they knew. And disclaimer, you don't have to listen to anything that I'm saying. This is just things that I have figured out or information I've gathered based off of my experience. So you have no obligation like to listen to me or do what I say, etc, etc, etc. Now that we got that out the way, let's get into the video. Number 1 is your classes. This is picking your classes and picking the time you take said classes. From my experience, when I went to orientation, they told us we got this little sheet of paper that had a list of different what are they called? General education classes, yeah. Okay, since you're starting off as a freshman, you're going to be taking general education classes. And what those are basically like math, science, English, history, all those basic classes or whatever. If you have chosen your major already, they're most likely going to have classes that pertain to your major that like they suggest you to take. If you haven't started your chose your major already, then you'll just have the normal list or whatever. And then they most likely will recommend different classes that you should take that's not on the list. Like here we had a class called Academic Strategies, and they recommended every freshman take it, even though we didn't need it, none of that stuff. So you will be taking general education classes, which isn't always a bad thing, but they are the basic classes that we feel like we don't need anyway, but we got to take it regardless. So when you choose your classes, this is the main thing. Do not let your advisor choose what times to take your class. I know it seems like a good thing to let your advisor take over that stuff because you don't know what you're doing, but your advisor can mess you up. My advisor didn't mess up my classes or none of that stuff, and I was able to choose the classes and times that I wanted to take. But this one girl that I did meet, her advisor messed up her classes in the order she was supposed to be in. So she was taking sophomore classes and she was a junior, and it could just mess you up like your whole year. So make sure you know what classes you want to take before you actually go choose your classes. Like, don't go in there and wing it, because if you wing it, then that could possibly mess you up your whole freshman year. So make sure you know what you want to do. Now with times, everybody always says never to take an 8 a.m. class because it's like the devil speaking or whatever. And I used to not want to take 8 a.m. classes either, but I just started taking 8 a.m. classes last semester. And it's actually a good idea to do that, because that way you get done with your classes around 12 and 1 o'clock, and you just have the whole day to chill or do whatever and stuff. At first I took my classes started at around 10 and 9:30, and that was fine too. But taking 8 a.m. classes is better if you want to get your stuff already out the way so you can have the whole day to do whatever you want. But if you don't want to take 8 a.m. classes, then you don't have to take 8 a.m. classes. It's not that big of a deal. It's just I recommend taking it because more stuff that happens on campus happens around like 12 to like 5-ish, like in that time zone, and most people will still probably be in classes or whatever. Now night classes, I didn't take night classes, so I don't know that experience and none of that stuff. But personally, I wouldn't take night classes because I don't want to be in class at night. Like, it's not me, sis. So yeah, with your classes, make sure you know what you want to take before you actually go choose your classes, and know what times you want to do and all this stuff, and plan out your stuff, because it does seem really confusing and hard to figure it out like kind of on your own. But your advisor is there to help you. But if you're unfortunate and get like a bad advisor, then they can mess up your schedule for your freshman year. So make sure you know what you want to take, what time you want to take it, and yeah, that's it. Thing number 2 is your major. Now, what I want to say about this is it's okay to not know what you want for your major, like when you go into college. Me, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had an idea, but I changed my mind before I even applied to college, so I was just going in like undecided basically. And so I didn't actually decide what I wanted to do for my major until last semester. And like I was just a freshman, so it's not, your major isn't really that big of a deal until your sophomore year, because you're still taking general education courses all through your freshman year and like the beginning half of your sophomore year. So even if you don't know your major by then, that's still okay, but I would recommend like trying to decide what you want to do at least before you get out of your freshman year. If you have decided what you want to do and you want to change it, you do have time to change it. The best time to change it is like between your freshman year and your sophomore year, because by the time you hit your junior year, you've already taken classes pertaining to that major. And if you change it your junior year, then you're going to have to take more classes for the new major that you've chosen, and it's possible to hold you back a semester or two or whatever by the time it's time to graduate, if you want to graduate like in 4 years like the typical college student or whatever. Now, if you haven't chosen your major, it's perfectly okay. They recommend you do it, but if you haven't, I mean, they can't do nothing about it or whatever. So how I chose my major is I was just taking the general education classes, and for one of the classes, the elective, I took philosophy. My voice. It was something that I was interested in anyway, and so I decided, oh my okay, let's try this again. It was something that I was interested in anyway, so I decided I was gonna go ahead and take it as a class. And while I was in there, I decided, I was like, this is something that I love to talk about, to discuss, and all that stuff. So I was like, this is gonna be my major. But like when you choose your major, make sure it's something that you know that you wouldn't mind going to school for 4 whole years doing, and you wouldn't mind having a career in after you get out of college. There will most likely be different points to where you feel like you hate your major, you want to drop out of college, blah blah blah. Every college student goes through this. So make sure your major is something that you do love, or something that you wouldn't mind taking classes with every single day for 4 years straight. Like that's pretty crucial. And if you don't know your major, it's okay. I feel like I'm really just all over the place. Oh my god. And if you don't know your major, it's okay, because you still have time to decide what it is that you want to do, what it is that you love. And if you want to change it, you have time to change it, and all of that good stuff. You feel me? Alright, the next thing is going to be friends. Now, in college, surprisingly, it is hard to make friends in college. If you're like me, I'm shy, I get anxiety, everything makes me nervous. Like, please, I can't live. Alright, so making friends is kind of hard or whatever, unless you like kind of have to force yourself to put yourself out there or whatever. And if you're more a reserved person, then yeah, I feel you feel me? So making friends is kind of hard, but ways you can make friends is like through clubs, through getting involved with different organizations and stuff. And then like in your classrooms, it's always good to have at least one friend in each class, even if y'all don't talk or whatever. Like I had this one friend in my psychology class. She never came to class, but she will always hit me up and be like, what we do today or whatever. And like I will let her know, because I always went to class. So it's good to have at least one friend in each class, so in case you're not there, in case they're not there, etc., y'all can help each other. And boom. Yeah, making friends is kind of hard unless you're like an outgoing type person and you'll talk to anybody, then you're in there. But if you're more shy, reserved, etc., you might have to work a little bit harder to make friends. But when you do make them friends, it's always worth it. Okay, and the last thing on my list is dorms. Now, if you're not staying on campus, then this doesn't apply to you at all. But if you want to stay on campus, or you know that you are going to stay on campus, then yes, this applies to you. Now, when you have dorms, you can either have roommates, or you can have a single dorm, or you can have one roommate. It's a lot of variations that could go with it. Depends on what type of college you're going to, what the dorm layout-ish is like over there. I stayed in a double, what's it called, double room? Double? I don't know, it's called a double. So I stayed in a double, and that was just me and my roommate, so it was just only 2 people in there. It wasn't that big, but it wasn't really small, so it was just enough space for the 2 of us. And then there's also people who have a single room, and the single room was like down the hall, and it was one girl. It was basically like my dorm, but just cut in half, so it was just her and all that right there. Now you can have a dorm where you have multiple roommates. Like there's this dorm here where it's like apartment style, so it has multiple rooms in there rather than just everybody sharing one room. and it can have like 6 rooms, a kitchen in there, etc, etc. Like it depends on what type of dorm you're looking for, what type of dorm you're applying to, what type of dorm your school provides. So really there's a bunch of different ways that you can go about it. Now one thing about being in a dorm is community bathrooms. Like I don't mind sharing a room and sharing stuff, it's no biggie to me, but sharing a bathroom with other people, like if it's just a single bathroom, like a bathroom in your house, that's no biggie. But a community bathroom with community showers, with community toilets, like with the whole hallway, fam, that's not what's up. That's not the move, sis. Like going to take showers, boy, I'd rather die. Like I walk in there to take a shower and I feel like I'm dirtier when I walk out. It is possible that you could have your own bathroom depending on where you're staying and all that stuff, but more than likely you're gonna have community bathrooms where you have to share with like the people on that little hallway or the people with the whole hall, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, with being in the dorm, you can make friends. You can be friends with the people in your hall, you can be friends with your RA, all that stuff. There are a bunch of pros with staying on campus and staying in the dorm because you're closer on campus, you're closer to all the resources, the library, laptops, computers, tutoring, teachers, all that stuff, all the on-campus activities. You can be there all the time, 24/7, all that stuff. So those are the 5 things that I wish I would have known about before I started my freshman year of college. If this is really all over the place, I really apologize. Like I can't, okay? I can't. If you have any questions about anything or you want me to get more specific about something, you can comment below and I'll be sure to answer that to the best of my abilities. And like I said, you're not obligated to listen to me or do anything that I'm saying. I'm just speaking from my experiences. So I mean, but yeah, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, anything else you want to do, go for it, fam. I care, but go for it. You feel me? Yeah, stay tuned for more videos. I'm Leah Brown, and I'm signing to freak out. Peace.